Hello everyone and welcome to Baking with Q. Today I'll show you how to make buttercream frosting. You will need 1 cup measure, 1 teaspoon measure, 1 tablespoon measure, 1/8 of a teaspoon measure, or you can just use 1/4 of a teaspoon measure and estimate about half. You will need a hand mixer, a large bowl, 1 medium-sized bowl, and 1 small bowl. You will also need a sifter. Your ingredients will be 3 tablespoons of milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a half cup of butter, or 8 tablespoons of butter, or 1 stick of butter, chopped very finely, and you also want it to be very soft, room temperature. I also added 1/8 of a teaspoon salt in there with it. You also need 2 cups of powdered sugar and another 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. The reason why I put 1/8 of a teaspoon in here and 1/8 of a teaspoon in there is because it kind of helps mix around the salt. So there's not just a lot of salt in one area and a little bit of salt in the other. There's going to be salt all over there, and that really brings out the sweetness and the flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and start sifting my powdered sugar. Okay, that's perfect. So now what we're going to do is start to cream our butter for at least 5 minutes. And this will start getting it all white and fluffy and perfect for the buttercream. Okay, now that you notice my butter, I've been whipping it for approximately 7 minutes now, just checking my clock. And now, after you whipped it, you can start adding in your powdered sugar. You just want to add it in a little bit at a time. Just keep mixing it until it's all incorporated. That's my first addition, and you're just going to keep adding in a little bit of powdered sugar until it's all incorporated. Okay, now I've added all my powdered sugar to this, and now I'm going to add in a little bit of my milk and my vanilla mixture. What you don't want to do is you don't want to mix it on high. You just want to mix it on low, because if you mix it on high, the liquids will go flying everywhere and make a huge mess in your kitchen. So just, once you get it slightly incorporated, you can start mixing it on high again. And then, I'm just going to keep adding it in. It'll probably take about maybe 3 to 5 transfers of milk. So I'm just going to add a little bit of milk at a time until it's all incorporated. Okay, I've mixed in all the powdered sugar. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab a rubber spatula. I didn't mention this in the tools before, so I'm sorry about that. But you do need a rubber spatula. And if you don't have one, then you can use a knife and just try to get around these sides. What you're really doing is just trying to scrape the powdered sugar. You're going to the bottom of the bowl scrape too, just to make sure you get all that powdered sugar incorporated. And then when you incorporate it all and it's all nice and smooth, we will be back. Also, when I added in the milk, when I got to that last addition, it looked like it was starting to break. And what I mean by that is it looked like it was turning into rotten, spoiled milk. And that's because we added a heavy dose amount of the liquid ingredients. So what you want to do is you want to keep mixing this until it's nice, light, and fluffy. Okay, it's been about another 5 minutes getting it this consistency, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it up like this. And if you notice, it's kind of stuck to my beaters. You see that? I'm going to do that again. And I pull up, it makes a nice stiff peak, and it stays in my batter. My beater, I mean. That's perfect. So what you're going to do next is take your finger and just drag it through the buttercream. It'll feel kind of like whipped cream a little bit. And then you have to taste it. Oh, that is so good. You gotta make this today. As soon as you see this video, you gotta make it. Okay, this is how you make buttercream. Now mine still have a little bit of lumps, that's why you do that taste test. And I'm gonna mix it a little bit for about 5 to 10 minutes longer, just until, you know, it all comes together and it gets really thick and fluffy. And that's what you really want. So I'm gonna do that for about 10 minutes. You don't have to do it for 10 minutes, but if you want a really good, you know, fluffy buttercream, you have to kind of do it for a long time. But it's perfect if you just kind of get the butter, beat it a little bit, then add the powdered sugar a little bit at a time, and not really beat it. It's still okay. It just won't be as good as if you beat it for like 30 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna start beating it for 5 more minutes, and I'll see you when I get back. Hi everybody, we're back, and we have our buttercream. We mixed it for about 15 more minutes. That was just make sure it's all aerated and fluffy. Now, like I said, you don't have to mix the butter for that amount of time, for 5 minutes, and then let's just get your buttercream really white. You don't have to. It'll keep it nice and yellow, and it won't be as fluffy. Now, for me, I mixed it about like maybe 45 minutes, but if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You can have a nice regular type of buttercream that's yellow. And I forgot to mention, you can use clear vanilla extract if you want. Instead of using that darker kind, you can use clear and make it even more white. And that just makes it easier to color. That makes it a nice brighter color. So this is the consistency it should make. It should be, stick your spatula in it, and when you pull up, it's going to be about a stiff peak. So just shove it in there and fold it out, and it'll be a nice stiff peak if you notice. That's what you want. And now we can put it into our piping bag or a plastic bag and decorate the cupcakes.